What is going on, Workforce? Brian here, and today I'm thrilled to be able to share with you my thoughts about Shadowbringers. Everything that I got to see, play, experience. Truly, this is an incredible expansion already, right out of the gate. Now, I do want to say that this is pre-release footage. This build has not undergone final adjustments and testing. All of this is subject to change. So anything that I've seen, touched, played with, anything you see on the screen could completely change. We don't know. But I just want to open up right now with the visuals of this dungeon, with the visuals of this open world. This game is gorgeous. And one of the things that really helps separate it from its predecessor, Stormblood, is that fanciful feeling. They are really leaning into the fantasy, and I really appreciate that as a gamer, as a player. Honestly, I think that it is so different that it all feels new and exciting, even though we do have our jobs that we've had before, and even though they've had and undergone changes, that is okay. As a controller player, I have to say that the skill reduction and everything they've changed feels really good. Honestly, right out of the gate, it felt a lot smoother. In patch 4.4 in Stormblood, they gave us all of these skills with cross rolls, and I had to really just fundamentally change how I laid out my controllers, and it ended up becoming quite frustrating as a controller player. I managed to do it, and I shared that with you guys, and you all were hoping I would do it for the other jobs, but I think that's actually not going to be necessary now. We're just going to go into the new expansion. So there is something to talk about here, and Chris and I are going to cover it in a different topic that we have labeled Shadow Casuals. We're going to cover that as a collab because there is some conversation going on in the community regarding the casualizations of tanking and regarding how healers have changed, or maybe they really haven't changed. Personally, my feeling is this just kind of feeds into what Yoshi P has said. Healers are healers. They don't calculate damage. But anyway, we're going to go into that as a collab, as a deeper point of view, and not really touch on it too much here. Anyway, look forward to that. That should be up on the site, somewhere in the recommended, or at least on our homepage. Now, I do want to say Viera and Ronso, oh my goodness, like, I got to play around with the benchmark, and that's out publicly if you have a PC to go play with. But been able to play with these two races while at the media event was really substantially cool. Like, they have a lot going for them, and honestly, it really has me excited for just the future technology as they continue to evolve this game here on out. Now, you can see here in this video right now, I am playing with a squad of 4. In this case, I was playing with Avalon Star and Spoofy. It was a blast to kick back and enjoy their company. It was also fun for us to be communicating in real time in the same room about everything that we were experiencing. Now, I also ran this with the trust system, and I thought trusts were really a nice addition. However, it is a bummer they are limited. You can't use trust to be able to go in and play. Let's say if you had a 2-man and you won the backfill with trusts, you don't have that option. If you want to take trust out in the open world, you don't have that option. We actually got to sit down with Yoshi P and ask him this in an interview, and that was a great interview. Oh my gosh, I am so blown away by that man. He is incredible, but he did go into detail about how excruciatingly difficult it would be. And so honestly, it comes down to the fact that if we ever do see something like that, that means the team really put in extra hours beyond that, because it just isn't going to necessarily make sense fundamentally. We're also not going to probably see those systems brought back into older expansions, and this is due to the nature of how the game is coded and engineered, even all the way back into ARR. We're going to go into that in detail with our interview video for Yoshi P. So again, that should be live right now. Go take a look at it if you want more details from an engineering perspective on this game altogether. Now, I want to say the fate system changes they did are amazing. The fate system is just mind-blowingly beautiful. The currency had actually me run more fates just in the short time that I had with Shadowbringers out at the media event than I did all of Stormblood. I think I could count the number of fates that I've done maybe on one hand. Maybe it's just one finger. I think maybe I've done 1 or 2 within Stormblood. In this, I ran at least 15 to 20 fates. We farmed up lots of currency to be able to go and turn them in and unlock the mount speed increase to be able to buy other things. Like, it was really quite cool. Like, I am really impressed with this, and honestly, we want to see this system brought into the other expansions. However, Yoshi P did say that the amount of work that's required is pretty substantial. But he did go on to say, like, don't lose hope, never lose hope. So honestly, I would say that if we see this around maybe patch 5.3, 5.4, that is a testament to just how epic and how awesome the team behind this game is and how hard they work. I'm telling you right now, just with the fact that the Fates award a currency made me enjoy them all the more. We went around, we keep farming them. I'm honestly really excited to go farm Fates, because even if you're stuck in a DPS queue and you don't want to use Trust and you're waiting for some kind of content to pop, you can go farm Fates, and those Fates have value. They really have this intrinsic value, because there's a lot of things they can do with that, and they can continue to expand upon that easily in the future. So I do want to say thank you to Soken. Soken and his team, the audio team for Shadowbringers, is top notch. Every sound, every little bit, every music track is just mesmerizing when it comes to this expansion. I can't wait to really dive into it as a whole, to experience it all narratively, but I just want to put that here for you guys right now, that Soken, you are fantastic. Congrats. I cannot wait to be able to purchase more soundtracks from you in this case. Shifting back into the dungeon design, everybody, like, we really enjoyed this. I've run this multiple times with people and with Trust, and we were able to get the clear both times. Now, obviously, I think the Trust system is designed to be naturally slower in terms of progression, so ultimately it's going to be interesting to see one way or the other. Is it faster to use Trusts total time, considering waiting and queuing, or is it faster to run with people, taking in the wait time and then taking in the time that it takes to run any particular dungeon? Ultimately, that's going to have to be decided based off of the role. I wonder if the Trust system does end up making, like, or balancing out the player of need, so to say. One of the things that it's always interesting, you always kind of see that tanks or healers are typically pretty insta-queue when it comes to this content, and the rest of the content ends up being where, like, okay, like on an Alliance raid, you might see the DPS is actually the one that's active for the reward for the player in need. And so foundationally, I have to say it's going to be neat to see what this ultimately affects the dynamic. But it was really good to see that the Trust themselves could actually clear this content. It was really great to see that obviously players can clear this content as well. There are some differences, and I'm glad for that option. And at just at the same time, it would be great to see that option brought back into like 2.0 and 3.0, because especially for players who are experiencing that, who are having that, maybe they're stressed because they want to play a certain role, maybe they're not ready to play with people, to have that option for them, rather than have to wait all the way until this point in time. But maybe that's just going to be the way it is for the rest of the time. We'll have to wait and see. So Shadowbringers is going to be, guys, at a strong start. I can't express, I guess, the right words in this case, where does this answer my concerns, and does this answer some of the critique that I've had, especially of Stormblood? And in parts, yes. In parts, like when I talk about the Fates, like, yes, that's fantastic. When we talk to Yoshi P about some form of glamour level, something to allow us to kind of feed our XP bars after cap, and he said he would look into it with this development team, that is, I think, a really good win for players who, especially once you have everything at cap, when you get experience, it feels so empty. And so that's obviously not coming at launch, but just the fact that they're going to be looking into it gives me a lot of hope for the future of this game, because ultimately, I think it's about having fun with your friends, finding content that you can do and you can enjoy, and being also able to step away and return with ease, not having to be stressed out, not having to spend hours upon hours trying to get caught up to people who, maybe like me, don't necessarily take as many breaks as they should from this game. Guys, there's a lot that I want to talk about. This is just kind of the notes that I jotted down to talk about this here. We've got a lot more videos that I've already talked about in this video, so go and make sure you check them out on the channel. This is going to be an evolving conversation, whether we're live, whether we're making videos. We're going to be talking about Shadowbringers really up into the launch, and really providing, hopefully to provide context to what we played. I did not play a single job that I did not enjoy, which is a real treat for me, in my opinion. But I'm going to leave it at that. I'm going to leave it there for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I'll talk to you soon. Take care.
Hey guys, it's me, Brian. Thanks so much for watching this video. If you're new here, we hope you hit that subscribe button. Check us out. We talk a lot about video games, and we hope to at least hear from you in the comments below. We also try to respond to our comments. You know, we really appreciate the comments, the discussion, all the various points of view that everybody is so kindly, I guess, politely or impolitely shares with us from time to time. So anyway, guys, again, thanks for watching this video. We hope you hit that like button. We hope you hit that subscribe button. Come back for more content each and every day. We post a lot around here, and we'd love to hear from you about what you like about video games and everything, and especially if you have any questions that you're stuck on in anything. So anyway, signing off. See you next time.